I'd like to introduce one of the founding fathers of no-hit running, McQueeb. How you doing, man?
I'm doing very well. Absolute pleasure to be here. Thank you very much for this lovely invitation. How are you, my friend?
I'm doing wonderful. A little bit early for my liking, but however, to celebrate Noita and everything it's shown and given, that's, small price to pay.
Absolutely. What a wonderful game and a wonderful event to bring everyone together. Whether it's, small groups or big, it's a wonderful community to be part of. And I think everyone would definitely agree with me saying that.
Well, absolutely. Again, with speedrunning taken out of the no-hit equation for when it was first introduced into Noita, it was all about getting the run done to begin with, let alone actually having any sort of speed attached to it. But again, the journey and the evolution of no-hit running has been fantastic. The history behind it is, getting longer and longer. But McQueeb, would you like to tell us a little bit about, the history of no-hit running since we have a few minutes?
Absolutely. I started the challenge as a way to sort of carry on in the footsteps of legendary Dark Souls runners, Happy Hob, etc. Amazing entertainers in their own right, but I was always fascinated with not taking any damage throughout these incredibly difficult games. And given that we fell in love with Noita from an early beginning, it kind of seemed like a natural, or one of the potential outlets for creativity and excitement. And having chat join me on so many hundreds of disappointing run after disappointing runs, it was a feeling of elation once we finally got that secured. And then having you join in as well, and someone to compete against, it was amazing. Such a wonderful
I found out what
again.
you were feeling during those runs, just watching you vicariously and realizing the tense nature and the way you have to adapt was right up my alley for how I like to game. And everybody said when you first started it, it's not possible, but to show something is possible in the first place is always going to make the people who come after it's going to have it in the back of their heads. All right, it's doable. I've seen it being done, and that gives them the encouragement to keep on trying. So again, what you brought to Noita with that no-hit experience, again, it kind of rippled out and had ramifications across all of Noita. It was beautiful, and I thank you for it. Because again, I've had many good times.
I am just I just turned over the first stone, and now look, DunkOrSlam, who said he'd never ever do this challenge, has now completed it and did it. It's just amazing to see such an excitement around such an event.
Right, I think we'll get prepared now for the first race. Setback on hit once again with Dadwrestler versus Pagrax. What happens is, every time they go into a holy mountain, that will essentially checkpoint. When they go down into the biome, if they are to get hit at all, through any means, any damage, they get sent back to the last holy mountain. The fastest time to win the game, over a half-an-hour period for these first two races, will move on into the winner's bracket. And then that'll be a 40-minute race. But Dadwrestler versus Pagrax. If we can get them in the chat, we'll sort them out a seed. We'll get on there. Video and audio. Lock that in. But again, you've been watching the summits now and again, McQueeb. Like, have you seen the Setback on hit been done before?
Yeah, I've actually I've played the mod myself. I think it was introduced to me quite early on as a little sort of a bonus challenge, and I did end up streaming it one night, and it didn't go so well.
Well, this is it. Some things in Noita just need settling in, like, how many people, even though I've heard a few rumors around, like, people winning on their first run and stuff like that, but this is the internet. However, yeah, things in Noita generally need settling in. But first, introducing Dadwrestler, joining us today. Joined us last month as well for these type of runs and races, and we had such an amazing time. We're hoping to replicate that today. But Dadwrestler,
Good
hope you're
morning.
feeling well.
I'm feeling great, feeling refreshed. I'm looking forward to this exciting competition as I did last month.
You practice much?
Not at all.
Yeah, good lad. Again,
It's
sometimes
how-
just having a
how I like to
little
compete.
organic, yeah.
Oh yeah.
But also Pagrax joining us again.
Oh, hey,
Any
Sucker.
experience on no hits yourself, Pagrax?
Not on no hits, but yesterday I did do a little bit of practice on this mod. Did 2 runs of it. Was good fun and terribly frightening. So I'm interested to see how I fare against Dadwrestler, who's got more experience under his belt there.
Well, this is it. Just as a reminder, everything's relative, my friend. Again, in Noita, the relative will come and knock your head off. But again, you've got half an hour to get the best time. And both of you, just check if you have the mods installed. If you do, that's fine. But McQueeb, would you like to do the honors, the first of many today, in extracting the lucky seed from chat? They've given us nothing but gold, and I want to get your sexy beard involved in this little tradition of picking the seed from random numbers in chat. It's up to you how you do it, but just go for it. Get a number from chat.
I think we need people to.
Numbers,
Here we
chat.
go. They're
Numbers,
starting
chat.
to come
There
in
you
now. We're starting with pi. Excellent number. I'm gonna take. I'm gonna start with Bam. Number 7. That's my personal favorite number as well. And the 7th digit from Hey It's Z. Number 1. Goosecar 5. It's Skelly, number 4. And Fitsuro, number 6.
Say I get around 3 or 4 more. Should do.
Number 5 from Strange One. Small Town Cynic, number 9. And Mr. Progressor, number 3.
I can go one more, I reckon. You can have it. I think it's between 8 and 12, if I'm not mistaken. The amount of seeds you need, the amount of individual numbers.
Number 8 from Vihulanen.
So, we have our seed. 715, 465, 938.
Perfect.
But Pagrax, Dadwrestler, the best of luck to you both.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'll see you on the other side, Pagrax.
Yeah.
Enjoy.
Which time we're starting, by the way?
That's a good point. In 1 minute.
Okay.
So it'll be 6 minutes past. I'll go in both your chats and say go, go, go. Don't worry about it.
Awesome. Sounds good.
However, for the first race of the day, I'm going to get settled in. Enjoy the frustrations this mod has to offer. Again, you're not outright dying. You're not outright having to go through all the pain. However, say you get past a really tricky part that you didn't get hit, that you were almost certain to get hit. You've got to go through that again. If you're not killing things along the way, you could just get tripped up again, again, and again, and again. However, we are almost there. 15 seconds.
Yeah, there's definitely some strategy options when it comes to this run. trying to get through a level or taking it slow. And if you do happen to get set back, then maybe you've got less to clear on the way down the next time.
And they should be a go. There they are going away. Like you were saying, McQueeb, a lot of strategy options. We've seen a few strategies over the months while we've adapted this type of run for a kind of race setting. Whether you kill all the enemies, whether you're careful, because if you have to retrace steps, well, if you didn't deal with a nuisance, or a new nuisance appears, well, again, if you're digging, things come from the side. There's a lot of ways you can go about this run, whether you go slowly, try and get a banker, or just try and go as fast as possible from the get-go and try and get that one lucky run.
Oh, an
interesting dice.
Strategy there with the dice, yeah.
Yeah, dice are always interesting.
I try to stay well away from them personally.
Interesting interactions recently with potential with the dice. With some of the new mechanics in Beta Branch, we're not going to be talking about that too much, but again, they seem to, the more they add, the more interactions they add, which the more odd and weird interactions they have. But a minor setback, as the game says, only a minor setback, and it is. It's not the most severe. In fact, it can save you from a certain death, being pulled away from the battle, so the ability to adapt in this is paramount.
Yeah, absolutely. And in the first floor, it's even probably less important at this stage, I would say.
Well, this is it, absolutely, and it's how the first floor is one of those where you can do really well, and we often do. There's a lot of consistency drawn out of the first floor by people who've played the game quite a bit. However, it's always one that makes me smile, after the concentration phase, slowly leading to a wry smile, where the game surprises you in the first floor. Whether it's a little spider hidden in the bush, or just, well, a shotgunner from afar, bouncing his bullets. They started with an acid flask? Good pick. I know I could trust in you, McQueeb, to pick a nice little seed for us. And chat. Thanks, chat. Best seed producing machine we've ever had the honour of working with. I don't know how you do it, chat.
Oh, Pagrax getting a little bit unlucky with some flaming acid by the looks of it.
Yeah, that fire. Always keep your cape wet. It's good advice in any time.
Oh, interesting as well. It looks like, did Pagrax get stung by some of his own acid just then?
Problem is, in a seed like this, you don't get teleportitis. Because what happens if you get hit? Well, you teleport, but then you immediately teleport because you've been hit. So it eliminates one of the quick options in speedrunning. Quite a few others as well.
I guess we have acid. We should just try and run down. Oh, my goodness.
That's a casual restart there. So casual from Dadwrestler. I love that. First floor. It's,
yeah, like I said, nothing to lose at that point, really.
We've definitely talked about that one before where, sometimes might as well. In fact, it can be beneficial. You've got more information. You're early in the run. It'll give you a better time overall.
You think it's possible to get stuck in a loop if you had some trouble in the Holy Mountain?
That's an interesting one. I'm not sure. You mean when the Holy Mountain collapses, you've got that little kind of aura that would constantly hit you and teleport you back to a central position? Actually, no, it teleports you onto the top of outside of all that.
Yeah, I think we just watched that happen with Pagrax, right?
It'll teleport you to the top of the lip of the fall. Keeps you out of trouble.
So if a holy mountain is collapsed, as long as, I guess, there's no threat within that immediate vicinity, you should be good to just duck straight back down again.
Yeah, most definitely. It's normally cleared around the start. At least the first few enemies that are around there to make it clear, so it's always a smooth re-entry. Unless you get invisibility.
Well, that's
And
right.
then
I mean,
instigating-
it's anything goes, right? So I think
Well,
the
if you
only
can keep your cape dry.
the only stipulation is that they don't skip down. Oh, Dadwrestler attacked by the flaming skull boy there. Unfortunate.
Right, at least they're making moves into the second biome. Again, getting that information. The all-important directions. Say there's any little secrets around they might be worth getting money for. There's been a lot more... excuse me. There's been a lot more always casts around as well that you could take advantage of. And how have you registered the subtle changes, McQueeb, in the game in the past, say, month?
So, I mean, how many updates have we had in a month? I've over the last week alone, I haven't been able to keep up. It's just so much different. Every time I look at the game, it's completely different. I got to hand it to Nola. The number of things they're experimenting with is kind of outstanding.
Dadwrestler considering his options in the shop though. Into the third biome, which, well, always a tricky one. PC with their long range, snipers with their long range. Plenty to annoy you. The first two areas, like I suggested before, were a little bit sedate.
Lucky bugger. Oh, shoot. That's okay. We got this, chat.
Yep, unlucky hits. Those Hisi are relentless.
It's everything about the snowy area. Just bubbles, long shots, powerful enemies, close range, long range. It's a little brutal, especially since it's seed to seed. On the well, way around to the fourth level, you can get really unlucky with a bad seed for snowy for not getting hit. You have to put in a lot of work. Sometimes.
I would agree with that. I would say in the hundreds of runs that I've ever done, I would say half of them ended in that stage.
Yeah, exactly how did the snowy area go in your no-hit runs, McQueeb? Tell us a little bit about that. Well, Pagrax making good moves. Yeah, how often did the third area stop you, McQueeb?
Oh yeah, no, that was at least a couple of times a night, and it's kind of the point as well where you start to feel a little bit of momentum, and you're starting to really find that groove you get into. It's almost like a flow state, right? And then to get hit from off the screen, or you know, just taking an unlucky, especially with the freezing vapor. Yeah, there's just so much that can get you there. It's unbelievable.
Well, even digging's not safe because, as you just mentioned, the bubbles collecting on the roof. You happen to drill through the top of some terrain, bubble instantly gets you. Ruins any aspect of a no-hit run. Is Dadwrestler going to use the short HC base to make up some time here? Again, traversing it really quickly.
Yeah, he's making good time through here. Wow.
Well, he does have invisibility.
Oh, shoot, can't even buy it. Oh, might be able to get it or something. Hello, Steve. Yeah, I should buy this just in case. Might come in handy, you never know. The Lukis, I think that's what those big guys are called. They can actually give you a smackdown when you're invisible, so.
Interesting
not gonna
strategy
try
there
and
with the spontaneous
shot them.
generation.
Whoa, yeah, just like that.
So what would you say with these perks for Dadwrestler? Shield, edit ones everywhere, invisibility. Where would you say they rank?
I mean, invisibility is definitely one of the biggest gets there by far. Edit one's probably less necessary. You won't be spending a lot of time stopping within these levels to to fix yourself in terms of wand setups. But the shield, an absolute amazing perk. One of my all-time favorites.
Getting some teleport there, just a little bit. Surprised they didn't bottle any up to try and really push the time. You've got the acid bottle straight away, which we've seen before as an effective boss killer, if you can get the timing right. He's carrying the Thunderstone as well, which has obviously never caused any problems for anybody ever. However, again, getting down there with the invisibility, once Pagrax most likely finds it.
There we go again with the freezing vapor.
Yeah, once Pagrax realised the invisibility is there, it should even out quite a bit, because they've still got a lot of time. They've still got 18 minutes. And then if it goes over the half an hour, then it's the first person to finish. So I'll see how this goes. It's an intriguing setup so far.
Oh, look at that. The walls in the vault have been damaged or rusted. That's new. I hadn't seen that before.
It came in like about a week ago, I think, where,
Wow.
Giving it a little bit more flavour. But it does make it stand out quite a lot more, having it rusted. It's been there for a long time. Again, in certain parts of Noita, I kind of don't understand it. Yeah, the HC might be promoting some upkeep with the place. But it just seems old and decrepit, and the rust really kind of brings that to life a little bit more.
Oh, it looks like the glue makes contact but doesn't cause damage.
Oh, it's super annoying. It's a really Nola spell, one that's just gonna have you going grrr. Very inconvenient. However, like McQueeb says, not damaging, so it's limited in its pain.
It's interesting. It was the coward, my least favorite enemy in the game at the moment, that brought the Glooman in. Yeah, Dadwrestler's doing very well with the invisibility here. And there, that happens.
Yeah, the nature of no-hit runs are just having to constantly adapt, regardless of any meta concerns. Just because the actual game changes so much, the meta is just constantly become effective, ineffective, changing up constantly.
Like a lot of damage. As you can see here, is that Ambrosia? No, it's gunpowder. So suddenly my my spitter bolts are more than sufficient at getting through all of this. I just don't have a way down. That's kind of my issue right now. Double healer? What does it mean? Ow? I like how I still got knocked back after the teleport there. My character was already fallen. Wait, I can't go through that. Okay, hang on. Let me take out this guy. He's probably going to be frustrating on any resets. Oh man, concentrated
So
spells
Pagrax
right now
coming
just
in,
give me
taking
so much
concentrated
extra
spells.
damage.
I've heard rumors that receives
Absurd how much damage
has
concentrated
received quite a
spells
buff
give.
in the damage area.
It's a
Don't know
lovely
whether there's
thing to
been
have.
any counter buff to that to tone it down, but we'll have to see how effective Pagrax makes it.
Yeah, it's one of those ones that may be still on the drawing board as far as Nola's concerned there. I know that it was significantly overpowered at least a couple of weeks ago, so it might be out for change.
Well, this
I
is
don't know
a
if you
Nola-
noticed.
Sorry, go ahead.
But Pagrax actually mentioned that he was going to head back up to take out a couple of the riflemen that were left behind, just because they can, out of nowhere, hit you in the back and just, it's just extra time saved.
Dadwrestler still keeping his acid in check. Pagrax making it down to the jungle, minus the acid, but yeah, he's +1 dice, so we'll see how that goes.
That was brutal.
Oh,
Minus setback indeed.
that takes Dadwrestler out of that particular time. However, the information he's gained and the amount of time left, well, still not bad times.
Yeah, knowing where to go and which directions to head and which perks to roll for and etc. is probably one of the most valuable things. You could turn a run that you were potentially losing into one that you slingshot past. I've seen it happen many, many times.
Well, this is it. He got to the vault. If the art isn't too bad, or he has some ways to get around it, well, I think Dadwrestler will use the information well he's already received. Difficult start there for Pagrax. Those big Hisi have a lot of HP. But less long distance in the jungle and more just about the tankiness of the enemies. Again, Noita is very good at changing up biome to biome, the needs and necessities of your run. The casual danger of all varieties is always there, but the subtle differences is what really bring it together.
Yeah, jungle was always a really great place to come, especially after the mess that is the icy stage and then the Hisi phase. That's when the heart rate really starts to go up.
Yeah. Not having the best luck.
Jungle was always ripe for digging. There's nothing in your way apart from a fungal that you'd probably want to stay out of. You could just, if you had a singular drill for no-hit running, it's possible to get through this biome in about 10-15 seconds if you're, well, either very bold without all-seeing eye, or you can just find and dig a path all the way through. Now, actually having that set up, you'd have to keep your original bomb wand, find a drill. However, depends what your priorities are over the course of a run as well. Can't just be taking everything just for one biome, because you'll need everything to come together.
Yeah, just as predicted, Danrus is really putting on the motor now, making his way through very, very quickly.
Clutching onto that acid potion for dear life. I think that's his go-to. I don't know if I've seen any other outright boss killers apart from that acid flask either.
It's interesting that he's sticking with the starting one too, which it's not really surprising given that 8 damage from a starting projectile is actually quite a lot. So it's probably a smart move. There's no real reason to look out for it since you can take out most of the enemies if you're careful.
Yeah, I've come to really value that pink shot you get immediately. Close range, but you learn to use good movement to balance out its particularly short range.
Oh wow, Pagrax is in the thick of it right now. And there's the invisibility again. The Pagrax has a double shield, which is definitely nice. Is that coming from the second perk?
Possibly. It's small enough to be.
Very dangerous situation he's in right now, being trapped in a corner with those little angry blobs.
Yeah, I believe it was a second perk.
Called around here the Pagrax killers after a very awkward feature from one of them in FunFox Noita of the Week video.
Now we have 10 minutes remaining.
An entire map with a teleporting wand only to finish me off. It's an affectionate name. I'm sure people don't mean to make fun of me for dying to him. Oh man. Wow, a lot of enemies fill the gaps in. I thought this would be a nice safe path, but nope. A lot more people showed up. Oh, I wish I had a teleporting wand right now.
I'm actually quite amazed at the level of commentary Pagrax is giving right now.
GG. Like this, I don't know.
Yeah, it can keep you calm to a certain degree if you're used to doing that while you play.
On who wins, if either I win or if Dadwrestler wins.
Although I did get a supreme amount of extra confidence when I didn't talk, you know, in any competitive sense, when I was just concentrating. Like actually streaming, even though it can make you feel more comfortable, I don't think actually helps in your overall quality of play. Unless you get given advice, which increases your, you know, knowledge at a specific time. But for concentration, nah.
I don't know. I always found that having chat along for the ride was very calming for me. That's one thing I would definitely say is kind of mandatory for this game, especially this game mode.
Wonder if it just comes down to a certain type of temperament at the time. Because say you want to, you know people are watching, and you gain a sort of inner strength from that, and you put on a good show, because it's not that you're afraid of the consequences of failure, but that expectation, you want to rise to it. And you can gain some, like, depending on, again, temperament, you can kind of draw from that. I've felt.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, I think everybody watching gets invested as well, especially to see a journey over several weeks or months. I think it's kind of exciting in its own right. Dadwrestler getting the worst possible luck there. One problem with invisibility, if you take it too far into a bad place, sometimes it can jam you up. And if you become visible, it's almost impossible to get out of it.
Yeah, you're creating your own ambushes. Just to gain some time and gain more information, and try and find a way out. However, Noita, very good at not giving you a way out. Or you have to work a lot harder for it. And to keep your feet off all liquids in this game, while you traverse an entire biome, something's going to go wrong.
So I just need to get out of here, that's all. Just need to make it through. Don't you teleport scary guys in my face. Don't you do it. Oh, I need melee immunity. Then again, melee immunity is less useful in Temple of the Art. Okay, he's dead. Good. And at least being covered in blood right now gives me increased crit chance, so while I'm covered in blood, it'll be a little bit... Okay. Okay, that little potato there. I need it. I want to make this faster firing, but I just can't support the mana drain on it. I just... Yeah, it's starting to get scary here. Worm RNG, I haven't even used Chaotic Polymorphine. I haven't found Chaotic Polymorphine to be most accurate. One bad explosion next to me and I'm dead. I have to play this slow. As much as I've lost time here, I need to slow down. Oh, geez, that bomb went flying. Didn't even get me through. Alright, fine, use TNT here.
the concentrated spells causing his bombs to do that.
That get through?
Oh no,
No,
he
he's
has
got a personal repulsion.
right. Yeah.
Something just
We
blow
know
up.
there's
Let me-
danger
let me
around
get out of
here,
Oh, wait, hang on.
because
It did actually make a path.
Dadwrestler made it
There's
here.
some freezing vapor here. I'm not
So there's
particularly
still
fond
something
of.
about.
I'm going to try going this direction.
Pagrax did mention he wants to slow down a little bit, which I think is the smart play. I think even at this stage, what have we got? Like 8 minutes left, probably less.
About 5 minutes.
Yeah. So at this stage, I think it's highly unlikely that Dadwrestler's still in it. But I'm holding out hope that invisibility will either make or break. So we'll see.
Oh, that guy's like, well, if I'm not going to shoot him, I'm
Well, there's
just
definitely a
gonna
win on the cards
ride
here
right
from one of
away."
them, and I think it is just a case of who gets there first now.
Oh, man.
So,
I'm so
Pagrax
nervous right now.
shoring up this run.
I'm so nervous.
Probably
I have 4 minutes left. Like, this
one
run
of
has
the
taken almost,
better
this run's
moves you
taking,
could
what,
make
26 minutes so far?
strategically,
I have
just to
every
make sure you
chance
get one on the
but,
board.
Like, Dadwrestler's already won, and again, don't tell me, chat, don't tell me. But, like, that
Yeah, it sounds like
one
Pagrax is
forward,
well aware of
that
his
we're going to
current
the tower,
status
don't know.
and the status of Dadwrestler as well.
terrified. Wait, what?
Pagrax getting away with a large volley there.
Looks like Dadwrestler's actually caught on fire at the moment, which would make it impossible to proceed.
I'm really struggling here. I'm really struggling with this one.
And although Pagrax is operating on a little bit of caution, he is trying to push a few things here and there, trying to push into the enemy without keeping distance, and he is paying the price for it. But he's got lingering darkness, the biome modifier in this area. Just randomly, both players have got it because it's seeded. However, not knowing where you've been before, you can only follow your own trail of destruction or memory.
Oh, of course.
And why you're playing this
because,
game? Rely on memory.
right. Fog of War
Well.
is not a thing. That electric wall's looking real scary right about now.
I don't like all the stuff going on around here.
Well, new enemies keep on coming from the sides as well, so every time he comes back down, even after traversing the place already, new enemies keep coming from the sides. And it's not just a simple walk down through previously fought areas, especially with the coward teleporting people up there. It's very rude.
The worst designed enemy I've ever seen. Oh no, Pagrax. Oh.
Oh, no. Now he's on fire. A minor setback.
I don't have enough water.
Only minor.
Fill this up. I should have filled this up. I got so close too. Second time I got reset down there.
Yeah, he has to take it
Oh, man.
really, really slowly now. It is neck and
This is uncomfortable.
it's
This is very uncomfortable
close.
for me
It's
right
close.
now. Oh boy. And I can only surmise, like, just how others are doing. Was that the hole I normally fell down? I think it may have been. No, it wasn't, because this is where I usually go down. Let me reset levitation. Alright, so we've at least killed the majority of the enemies along this path. So it's really just all of that fire at the bottom. And this guy. Okay, how fast does he fire? There we go.
Most dangerous
Okay,
turret
I
in the
need to
game right there.
be Sufficiently watered. Let me through.
That's
You've got to
terrible.
be kidding me right
He's
now.
still alright though.
Got to be kidding me. That reset right there because no. Oh no.
Yep, Dadwrestler going with the invisibility again.
I've wasted what 10 minutes in the vault so far because of this.
And normal running will cease in
Yeah, I mean, the
1.5
fire's
minutes
mostly
now
gone, it's just-
of regular order. Then it'll be the first person who wins. Which again, if Pagrax can get to that holy mountain, full HP again, there's a lot of confidence built in that. And if he can just do the same thing again in the next area. Oh, not to the face, but he's still going. The perseverance.
You know, earlier I was like, you know what, I can't wait to see how McQueeb and Suffer commentators.
Yeah, he doesn't have a choice right now. He's just got to go straight as far as he can.
I don't want to know.
And Dadwrestler is catching up, being in the jungle and all, only one biome above.
Oh God, what?
Certain enemies can see you while you're invisible, though, so
This is not the right
that
path.
includes spiders.
What's down here? Nope, not it. I have 9 health. I have 9 health. I need to make it out of here with 9 HP left. Overtime started, first to finish wins. That means
It is quite demoralizing fighting your way into a little corner of the map that is then blocked off from all angles.
If I get hit, I die. Like, I need a portal.
Especially if you've got a group of enemies following you.
Oh my goodness, this game knows how to hand it to you.
Oh, that is Pagrax.
Okay,
Wow.
Busting on through.
Totally fine. I actually
And he
can't
did it.
ones. No.
So,
No. I don't need fire.
their time is over.
Anything could help.
And Pagrax going slow and steady still on. The first run is, oh, harsh.
I'm not allowed to have perks.
He's just
Really
going for it.
harsh there, getting hit. Although it might have saved his life.
A lot better at digging.
He did miss out on that final perk, but
I don't need more perks. I mean, I don't.
Did you get a glance at any of them?
But I would've
I think I saw
rolled
unlimited
invisibility
spells right on the
or
very
something
end
a
of
little
it.
bit better at keeping my character alive.
Double shield invisibility. Yeah, that's pretty nice setup.
Hit me.
Pretty nice
With the
indeed.
power he's got as well. In his ones.
All right.
He's got a good chance of not taking too much damage too quickly. Even slowly eking out
No,
this
it's not constant
last
damage,
biome.
it's a different kind of guy. All right, cool.
But Dadwrestler will just charge through it.
And really, I should kill
And then
him.
get the benefit of invisibility in the last area. This is going to come down to the wire.
Okay.
Oh,
Right into the lava.
that's what happens when you fall too fast. Gravity will have its way with you.
Oh man. Oh man. I need to be more careful here. I'm losing, like, even if I have a lead, every time I do something silly like that, I
Yep,
lose.
Dadwrestler
Like,
has to find somewhere to
I need to not get hit on my path.
Oh.
Here.
sniper.
Get slightly bullied there.
Some more obsidian while we're at it.
Yep, looking for that 5-second window to become invisible again.
So many glue-mancers about.
Wanna go that way.
We have normal, regular necromancers, but glue-mancy is a new one to me.
That probably was incredibly late over there. Okay.
I think with invisibility, you're
He's dead.
pretty protected from most enemies, right?
Another poly guy that way, so I'm gonna
Most.
Go to the right. Part of the
He'll have
issue
to
I
fire
with
here,
the
yep.
yard pathing is just because you're constantly, like, going
No,
up and then sideways
not gonna-
and stuff.
not
Like,
gonna
you don't
happen.
really know what the best
Like
way to do
spiders
it.
can see you, purple crystals can see you.
Right or left until you find
Few
out
others
that
as well.
feels having to go up, and it feels like you're just
Oh no.
The guy with the hands, for instance.
Oh, he can see
Problems.
invisible. Okay. Yeah, they've definitely made the final 3 or 4 areas in the game much more difficult since 1.0's release. My hat is off to anyone completing a no damage challenge these days.
Well, that's just since 1.0, and the idea of no hit and having been gone into early access. And quite a considerable distance before it released fully. Definitely
Oh.
many months in between that. Oh, it's a terrible position for Dadwrestler getting all
Dadwrestler's
sorts
in a
of...
lot of trouble right now. Yep, but that again, that's the invisible curse right there.
It's not over till it's over, chat. Okay, we really can't have any... Oh, we're dead. We're dead. Well, I made it to the vault.
Oh,
I think that's it for the run, though, right?
So it looks like it's as long as Pagrax takes it easy, he's got the weaponry to do it, he's got the perks to do it. I think he should be okay. Dadwrestler going in for another round just in case. Not a bad strategy at all.
like the actual downsides, despite the actual immense power invisibility can give you to give people a slip, the ramifications of failure do get pretty extreme. Without clearing the enemies, you're not clearing the things that always kill you when things go wrong. So it's not easy to use whatsoever. You've got to have sheer discipline, and even then, that isn't always enough.
Pagrax is through.
Here we
Nicely
go.
done.
Here we go. We can do this, chat. We can do this. Heal up. Basically nothing to add here on my wand. I need to kill Steve
What
ASAP.
does he have to finish off the job, though?
Oh.
Well, well. Sent right back.
Oh,
Okay.
oh, dearie me.
I think that might be G.
So it's interesting to see sometimes the mod sends him back an entire biome. That's rough.
Yeah, he would have needed to have got out of the Holy Mountain to have been ported back to the laboratory. Because he didn't go outside the Holy Mountain, he wasn't considered out of this area, the art. For whatever reason, just the way it's coded.
So somebody brought up a really good
Before.
somebody brought up a really good point in chat. Said that the heal's gone now. Steve, it's Super Steve, is out, and the heal is gone. He's in trouble now. I'm rooting for him, but I don't know.
Well, with invisibility. Could I give him the old slip? However, we'll see what he's up against. How it...
See if this wand is
Oh.
up to the job, huh? Nicely done.
Yeah, that was very smooth and very nice. Agreed.
We're probably dead.
So, he makes it out of the Holy Mountain.
Oh man. And just knowing I could have won like a minute ago otherwise. Need to stay far away so that I have no risk of being shot here. I almost let myself get hit by lava because of recoil, however. Could you just... Portal? Come on, 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 come on!
Hey.
Nicely done.
Recoil to be faster. There we go. Game completed. Okay, I don't know how Dadwrestler was doing. I don't know how he was doing, but we have our GG. A minor setback indeed. There were a lot of major setbacks there. Oh god, my stomach. Oh man, my stomach. That was a run. 32 minutes. 32 minutes was my run time.
Well, that was wonderfully
How's
done by
Dadwrestler
Pagrax.
hanging?
And Dadwrestler as well.
Has he
with
done it
the
yet?
two different strategies for both runners. On the same seed,
man,
this is why I
my
like
stomach hurts,
comparing the same
everybody.
seeds
That
and having
was-
these type of races, seeing how
That
two
was too
different people
intense.
take on the challenge of a specific seed. But your impressions, McQueeb?
Again, it just goes back to what we were saying in the beginning, right? That meta of how people approach each run, the persistence that Dadwrestler had, despite it being a valid way forward, it didn't work out in this case. And I think him pushing forward actually cost him in the end. Had he have taken a little bit more time, gone a little bit slower, maybe careful with that footing, or not taking out the enemies was definitely the downside there.
Well, this is it. The same could be said about Pagrax's strategy as well. And again, the amount of times he got down to very low HP. But fantastic set of races. Pagrax goes into the final with a challenger who needs to be, well, put to the test first in our second race of the day. But however, we'll get Dadwrestler, Pagrax joining us now. Have a bit of a debrief. But an awesome set of races, guys. Dadwrestler,
Hello, hello.
how did you find the seed, my friend?
Very unfortunate. I ran into a few problems. I realized my mistake at the very end that I should have had a water flask all along and then never filled one up.
I saw you were clutching onto the acid flask for dear life as well. Was it always your intent to throw that at the boss?
It sure was, yeah. My first run, I think, was my best shot I had. Piercing, freezing, had an acid flask. If that didn't work, I had backups, but nothing else provided.
But wonderful racing anyway, Dadwrestler. But Pagrax coming through on one solid run as well. It was very hard fought to actually keep that run maintained. But how did you find the experience of running with this mod on?
I think everyone in my stream, myself included, are going to need to get our nails done after this, because it was an intense mod. It was an intense run. Especially Vault caused me a lot of issues. I dropped to 7 HP there, and every time I was about to enter the portal, something caused damage. It was terrifying, and oh man, it was a delightful experience all around.
Pagrax,
Yeah,
I was.
good job on your win, by the way, Pagrax.
Oh, did you did I win this one? I wasn't quite sure yet, actually.
Yeah, unfortunately couldn't finish.
Oh, that is such a shame. I'm sorry. So, did you do a second run, Dadwrestler? Because you mentioned on your first run.
I did a 4th run actually.
Oh, wow. I see.
Yeah, I got lit on fire a couple times, and my holy mountains just kept getting full of heat seed.
Oh, geez. I had a Stavari issue. Early on, he got summoned. So in the final Holy Mountain, I had to face Super Steve, who then teleported me back through the Temple of the Art. So that was intense. Oh,
Yeah, I thought
man.
that was the end for you, Pagrax. I was rooting for you, but then to see Super Steve at the end there take a lucky shot on you was very disheartening. But you reclaimed it. You brought it straight back. It was very impressive going straight back through. Dadwrestler, your strategy with the invisibility. We were discussing pros and cons, and it's very much. We saw the bad side of that. That there, not clearing out enemies and definitely sort of pushing yourself into corners and then obviously getting swamped. It's very difficult at that point.
Yeah, it was pretty unfortunate. It's like it's good until it isn't, right?
Well, that's exactly right. It's probably biggest risk reward strategy in this particular run, I'd say.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, ultimately very situational. However you decide to run, you've always got to implement a strat and see it through. And with Noita, again, sometimes it just goes you where it doesn't. However, we're moving on to the second set of races for today. We have Dude Guy Broman versus Darrenthewizard. But once again, thank you so much. We'll see you, Dadwrestler, again later. But Pagrax, thank you for being a part of this experience and these races today. We'll see you in the winners bracket. But thank you both to our competitors there.